Okay, so this is updating today's progress. So you can see that I've removed the doors, I've removed the top section, I've removed the shelf and that there. There's a bunch of stuff that is not mine at the bottom of both of these. These are like, because these wardrobes are really old. So putting this into perspective, these used to be my dad's wardrobes when he was a kid. That's how old they are. These wardrobes are 40, nearly 50 years old, these wardrobes. So, yeah, they're pretty old, and because of that, also really fucking heavy. They are really heavy, because these are solid wood, basically, because I assembled some IKEA wardrobes for my granny, and yeah, they were nowhere near as, I could, you know, push them and lift them on my own. These, yeah, I'm having to do it in bits. Speaking of bits, here's some bits off an 18-inch Radio Control Supreme Dalek. Why is this in bits? The reason is because I had two broken ones, and I took them both apart to make a hybrid of a working one, and I've still got like the bits. I think the dome is here. There's the dome. I can go there. So yeah, these are parts. You can see just loads of clothes and stuff like that, wardrobe and doors. In fact, actually, I'm going to move the doors out of the way because I'm going to show you the shelf. But in the meantime, there's my 4K Blu-ray player, which is thinner than the Skybox, but is also longer. But yeah, it's all hooked up. This is my TV for those who haven't seen it. This is a LG B955. Basically what that means, it's a 55-inch OLED TV. So, yeah. But there. Oh gosh, I just carried them doors downstairs. They're gonna go in the garage until next week when we can take them to the incinerator. So, anyway, let's have a look. Let's put the light on. So, in fact, I'll zoom out. So you can see, top shelf we've got all my 4K Blu-rays and all my Steelbooks. No, they're not in order yet, and the reason is because they just need to be in there for now. I can put them in order properly later. What is in order though is the Blu-ray sets, the collection sets. They're in order, although that order will obviously soon be changing, because at the time of recording this, what season's next? Season 22 is yet to be released at the time of recording this, so yeah, but there we go. I'll probably update when things change. Here's my 13-inch RC Toys R Us exclusive radio controlled Dalek Eternal. You can see how much dust he's got on there. He's still brand new, never been out of his box. Still got the demo batteries in, which apparently still work. And this thing is literally over a decade old now, because yeah, I think this came out in 2010, although I got this in 2011, so mine is 11 years old. So yeah, there we go. I thought I'd just show that off. The only time you'll ever get a look at it. So yeah, there we go. Okay kids, got a problem. That wardrobe, it's gone. Perfect. This one, apart from this part here, which I had to slightly break off there, and this door, the screws on these are completely fucked. And I've been trying to drill them out, but the problem is they're that soft, it's just kind of going around the grill, if that makes any sense. They're that bloody soft, so if not, I've got a hammer. So yeah, we'll see. I'll get it apart somehow. So yeah. Oh shit! There's the box to my Chromecast. What the hell? I don't actually use that one anymore. And I've just put my coats there. Some of my coats there for now. So I just had to bloody hell, I'm knackered. Snap eventually the sideboard and that off and bang it with a hammer a bit. The hammer did help. Yeah. The hammer did help. I was able to get some of the screws out, but it was just taking too long. The only problem is... oh bloody hell, that's a lot of dust. Is this. This is all my mum's clothes that were in the bottom of the wardrobe and hangers and stuff like that, and I need to get the bottom bits out. I think I'm just going to have to shove them in the bag. And then you begin to hate your kid self. Because look at all that. I'm going to go off it now, it is pretty disgusting, but yeah, when I was little, I've had this bed since I was about 7. When I was ill, I used to just chuck things down the back, and obviously, clearly, they've been there for God knows how long. So we're going to have to clean all that out, and yeah. Okay, after a lot of tidying up, I'm finally ready to start, as you can see, putting it together. The only problem is, you're meant to do it flat, and I don't have enough floor space in order to do that. So what I'm going to do is, rather than doing it flat, I'm going to put one of the things up on the bed and screw that to that, which that's the floor bit. So okay, yeah, I can switch live. Okay, so it's the 23rd of March. I don't know if I mentioned that yet or not. It's actually about just after midnight. Not 11. 11. So yeah, I'm absolutely knackered today. I didn't quite finish the unit. The only things left to do, you can tell it's late at night because yeah, I'm starting to mix up words. But the only things left to do is the top bit and the side bit, and the side bit is the most difficult bit because you're meant to do this flat. I couldn't do it flat. What I was trying to explain before in the video is I put the bottom bit of the unit on top of my bunk bed and then put the side bit along next to it and put the screws in that way, and then had to turn it around, which was very difficult because, again, very limited space. But then it's actually easier building it upright from then on than it is doing it flat, because you've got gravity and it's easier to push down to push the little wooden dowels in and push the bits in than it would be to do it flat on the floor. So yeah, so this is a box of some records that are going in the unit. The problem is that basically I started doing this ages ago, and these are all like releases and that I've been getting since then. That basically I've just been getting. So yeah, that box isn't full yet. You can see over here some of the Doctor Who ones as well. I'm gonna aim to try and fill the rest of that box tomorrow. Ooh, we've got a bit of crossover happening. Ooh, bit of crossover. But yeah, this is my granny's house, which she no longer lives in. And the aim is to try and get it cleared out by the end of April. So, yeah, and the aim was to get my stuff out of here by April, which, yeah, probably isn't going to happen, not with all of my stuff. So, yeah, we're just going to have to, you know, see how it goes. Here are 2 boxes of records that I've already completely filled, essentially. So yeah, it's filled to the brim with records, and so there's that one. And these are extremely heavy. That's why I put that one in a plastic box. 1, to give it more support, but 2, so it is easier to carry. So yeah, you can see here it hasn't been used in a little while because I've been at my granny's apartment. But this is the turntable that's going to go there. Then there's the amplifier there, cassette deck 1 there, cassette deck 2 is over there, 3 cassette drawers here, another 3 there. there all my other Doctor Who records and that. There's some other records that need to go away, and there's also a fair few in there as well, which I've started packing that box. So yeah, this hi-fi here, the speakers and that, this part of the hi-fi with the speakers, that bit is not going. That is, and I'm gonna have to figure out where that is gonna go, because that has got all my singles in. This is my old laptop, which really is not very useful anymore, but then there's other stuff to figure out where to go. For example, these Daleks and that, hopefully they're going to go in the unit, all that stuff. What else is up there? Comet miniatures, yeah, all that. Yeah, those dolls, I think were my mother's. Yeah, and they've just been in this room, because this used to... this also used to be my late granddad's room, I think, as well, but yeah, some of my mum's stuff, that is my mum's dolls, so I don't know what she's doing with them. The rule was just like, I'm not allowed to move them out or anything, so I've kind of just put my Doctor Who stuff around it. So yeah, we got more stuff over there as well. That's my evening drink, which is double strength tropical. Because during the night I do get thirsty, particularly when my lungs having healed so much bloody dust. So yeah, this was the spare bedroom at one point. To be honest, the whole time I've been alive, it's always just been a storage room. And to put it into perspective, it looks better now than it did before. But these are currently here. These are a couple of speakers that I have got, which you can find a video probably on my other channel, 6 Sec Reviews, other stuff, where I got these two Sony floor standing speakers. I think it was £40 off Facebook Marketplace. There's my old BSR turntable from 1976. So yeah, and there's a real old one on the channel. That is technically first, arguably second TV that I ever owned, that one there. And I'm talking about in terms of like a bedroom TV, because the first TV I ever had in my bedroom was a one, I think from the 1980s. One of them ones where you push and the remote pops out of the TV, like that was 12-inch screen, or possibly even 10-inch screen. And yeah, that's what I had for a year and a bit before getting that one, which had a VCR and DVD player built in, and that was 2003. Yeah, I got that in October 2003, which, yeah, because back then, you know, 2003 was also the first year my family got a DVD player. So yeah, I guess it kind of also shows, because like, I guess how old I am as well, just like the fact that and DVDs, you know, DVDs obviously came out in the late 90s, but didn't really become the hit that they are, well, that they were, until the 2000s. So yeah, I'm kind of rabbiting on about things for a bit, so yeah, there we go with that. There we go with that brief detour. Okay, so the unit is gone. I've put that one there just for now. Had a slight issue in that quite a few of these were sort of resting behind it. These are some of the doubles I have. You can see Max Warp there for the little Big Finish vinyls, because I used to get one to put on the wall, and originally they were going to go on the walls on here, but then things happened, you know, with my granny in and out hospitals and care homes for the past since 2019. Then she finally got the apartment, so there was no point in putting them on the walls. So yeah, maybe they can be now. I don't know, but yeah, out here There's the unit. Fun fact, before I had this, also just a pack of masks here. Before I had this, this used to be the stand that we kept the guinea pigs on when we had guinea pigs. Yeah, we used to put the cage was on top of here, and the stuff was in these compartments. Yeah, before I used it, I did thoroughly clean it, and that of anything. So, yeah, but that you know, it's essentially just a smaller version of the one I built, or nearly finished building yesterday. So yeah, it's the, what is it today? 24th. It is the 24th of March today. I am absolutely knackered, and I'll show you why in a second. One, getting that unit out was not too difficult, but the thing that was exhausting was these. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is pretty much my entire vinyl record collection here. So yeah, as you can see, that box isn't quite full. This one basically is essentially, it could fit maybe a couple more in, but yeah, I honestly don't know how many I've got, and the thing is, I've still got more coming. I've still got more coming on the way, because there's various vinyl records that I've pre-ordered. For example, the Hornet's Nest 10 LP vinyl box sets. You know, so yeah, but there we are. That is bloody hell. That is basically all my records. So yeah, it's gonna fit up 6 compartments on that unit out of the 25. And to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised by the end of the year if I get to the point where I fill up, you know, half of it at the rate that I'm going with these. But yeah, hopefully I'll be able to transport these at the weekend. My dad's on Saturday. He's gonna help us take some of these. He's not touching them. He's just doing the driving. I'm gonna be carrying them and everything. So yeah, but they are very heavy. So yeah, you might think, why didn't I just put them all in these plastic boxes? The reason is because these boxes have a bit of give to them like that, and they're less likely to damage the records. The only problem is that obviously, because they're not as rigid, you know, they're more gentler on the records themselves, but it makes them a bit more worrisome to carry, because basically you're just carrying them by the fabric. So yeah, but so far worked out fine. These are extremely heavy. They are extremely heavy. So yeah, it might not look like a lot when you look at one record, but you know, I mean, there's probably how many is in this one? There's a lot. I mean, maybe 50, if not more, because most of them are doubles anyway. So it's probably nearly 100 or something like that per box. So yeah, but there we go. Oh, out with the front. I'm fucking knackered. It's just gone past 4 past midnight, and I've spent the last hour and a half taking more stuff down. So I'll show some of it off. So in here, you might remember this. This is my calendar for Who Dares Publishing calendar. I think this is out of date now. I'm pretty sure it's out of date. I could be wrong. But under here, framed, this is my favourite vinyl record of all time. Eiffel 65 Blue. Yeah, this is my coloured vinyl one. I do have another one which is just standard black vinyl. But yeah, look at the price on this. $6.99. I did not pay $6.99 for this, by the way. I got this, I think, back in a few years ago for like 15 quid. And nowadays, if this was released, this thing would probably cost, again, probably the price I paid for it, £15. But yeah, this was released back in the 2000s. I think this is the 2009 version of it. So yeah, again, there's my 12-inch records in there. Let's put them on there. You can see here I've brought down all my cassette drawers, which are practically full. Here is my other cassette deck. This is a drawer loading one, and this one I use exclusively for recording. That's what that one's used for, just for recording, because this has a Dolby HX Pro and that on it, so it does pretty good recordings. Again, all the records you saw before. A spaghetti of wires. Those are like speaker wire, extension cord and stuff like that. I carry down the speakers, which were pretty heavy. These front panels do come off. In fact, there we go. That's what they look like off. Which I know some people are going to say, oh, they look much nicer off. They do, but I'm going to put it back on. And I am going to put it back on is for two reasons. One, it keeps dust out, so I don't have to dust it constantly. So it means I avoid touching the speaker driver. But another reason, there we go, is also it protects the speaker driver as well. So yeah. Also, the thing about speakers and headphones, for that matter, if you get a decent pair of speakers or a decent pair of headphones or even earphones, like as long as they're not Bluetooth ones that rely on a battery, they will just last. It's not like with phones and TVs and stuff like that, you know. You buy a good pair of headphones, you buy a good pair of speakers or earphones, as long as you look after them, they will last and they will still sound good. You know, you don't have to constantly keep upgrading them, because yeah, you get a good pair, you get a good pair. Anyway, let's go into here. We'll turn on the light. There's the manual, yeah, for this turntable. But there's my turntable there. There's the cassette deck and amplifier. I've just put them on this chair, mainly because I don't want them on the floor where they can be tripped up. And two, it's easier to pick them up if they're, you know, sort of at waist level, essentially. So, yeah, and basically, the plan is on Saturday morning, my dad's and the rest of my family and that are coming to my granny's house, and while my mum, my sister and my brother, hopefully, if he's not a lazy bastard, will be clearing some of the house. My dad is going to take me to take them to the house. He'll probably take 2, probably 3 trips to take all of it back. So yeah, but that's the plan. You know, I bet you there's someone in the comments saying, oh, use a movable van. Well, for one, you know how fucking expensive that would be for that, which is just not a journey that's worth it. It's about a 5 to 10 minute journey in the car. Well, it's less than 10 minutes. I know that's probably about 8. But also, I won't trust movable men with them. So yeah, it's considerably cheaper, and you know, I trust myself to look after these. I don't trust, you know, any workmen and that on them. So yeah, I'm just turning out the lights as I go. So that's black. I don't know if people are watching throughout this whole thing and watch the full thing. There we go. I'll be surprised, actually. You know what? Comment below now if you made it up to this point, and also comment below if you made it through the full thing. I'm saying this now rather than at the end, because then I'll know. Then I'll know a bit better. But yeah, I just gotta get all that. And that's not even all the stuff, but that's the hi-fi. And I would have filmed me disassembling it, because you might think, disassembling it? What are you talking about? Basically disconnecting all the wires out the back, which, that was not fun, and also be incredibly difficult to try and film it even as well. But there we go. There we go. I'm tired now. Okay, so it's the 29th of March, and at the moment things are just kind of like in here at the minute. Turntable's over there, so yeah, I'm going to be spending the next hour or more just arranging everything here and alphabetizing my records as well, pulling these out and then putting them on there. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Okay, so we've got a bit of a spaghetti mess happening at the minute. So these are extremely long speaker wires that I was just given when I got the speakers. Now, there's a nice little thing on these speakers to know which one is the ground. And that basically, if I show you here, the ground has a black bit of wire going through there. So that even at the other end, you know which is which and when wiring it up. Excuse me. So we've got me recording deck here, which has them all up and that. So the only thing left to put in is the turntable, which I'll plug in and then turn this thing round. And yeah, we'll see what's happening, and we'll see where this deck is going as well. So yeah. Alright, so we're basically ready now for the first test. Everything should be plugged in except a phono. And the thing I like about this amplifier is it has a built-in phono preamp, which, for those who don't know, if you buy a record player and it isn't a modern one, they will not have what's called a phono preamp built into them, because back then the amplifiers just had them. Anyway, it's basically just to boost the volume and everything. But yeah, this is the first time trying it, and we'll see how it goes. And I should have released the arm. Yeah, I should have released the arm, because it then doesn't know what to do. It's just like, oh, the arm is stuck. So it immediately stops. Okay, here we go. See if any sound's going to come through. And we're running at the wrong speed. Beautiful. And I'll have to stop it there. Okay, just a little bit then. And that's it. You might be able to hear next door there. In fact, let's put it on wide angle. So, here it is, and this is not how it permanently will be. This is just how I've got it just for now. For one, those cassette drawers are not skiing there. Those are going to be displayed across the top and that. But what's across here is pretty much how it's going to be. So, if we take a look across the top here are all my albums in alphabetical order. And that last bit is going to be left for space, because I've got tons of albums on pre-order, so inevitably I'm going to need another space at least. But this section here is dedicated to soundtracks. Basically any soundtracks, they go there. And then here we have the Doctor Who collection of vinyl records. And I've done this, I've decided to first of all split it off between Big Finish and everything else, because Big Finish kind of goes in its own category. So for everything else, I've just put it in date order. So the oldest thing here is Galaxy 4, and we'll go all the way up, you know, through that way in terms of that. So yeah. And then these are a few framed vinyl records I've used for backgrounds. And I've just put one of my movie Daleks, the one that was in that cupboard, in there just to see if it fits. And yes, it does, barely, but it fits. So hey ho, there we go there. I'll turn that cassette deck off. I've put my other cassette deck down here, and obviously we've got some compartments down there, and that in here is my 12-inch records and that. This may or may not be seen here. but it does fit there. And then there's all these compartments and that back here, which I'll have to move everything forward to get into or go through here. So I'm not sure what's going to fit here, but the records were the most important thing. And yeah, they're all up now. And this is not finished, by the way. This is not finished. I'll probably do another update at another point. But yeah, this is essentially, if I get back as far as I can get, which isn't that far, we'll go to wide, you can see it's come together pretty well. And yeah, I'm at least happy with it and that for now. So yeah, we'll just see how things, you know, go in the future. Got the 2 speakers on the side, so yeah, happy there.